Hello, Groton. My name is Scott Westervelt, and I serve on your Groton Town Council. Let me emphasize that. I serve on your Groton Town Council, and I am running for a second term as a Groton Independent. I work for the City of New Haven as the traffic signal superintendent. Basically, our crew keeps nearly 300 traffic signals running and 11,000 streetlights on. This is no small task, and at times can be trying. I only say this because I know that we all have many responsibilities to our families and our communities. I'm originally from North Carolina, and after high school, I decided to join the Navy. Following in both my mother and father's footsteps, I wanted to do more than Charlotte had to offer me at the time. The Navy brought me to Groton, and I have never looked back. I served on the USS Dallas and was honorably discharged in 1988. Staying in Groton, I worked for an outside contractor at Electric Boat. It was a very busy time, and the shipyard was booming. I met so many folks at EB from all over southeastern Connecticut, Rhode Island, and even Massachusetts. But then the Trident II program I was working on was canceled, with, I believe, 5 boats left to be built. The Russians had given up, the Cold War was over, and suddenly I was unemployed, along with many other folks, as the working population at EB dwindled to, I believe, its lowest point in decades. Groton was hit hard by this, and you could see it with the stores closing and the buildings becoming vacant. I had been taking classes at Three Rivers and Yukon Avery Point, receiving an AS in General Engineering. This is what brought me to what I call playing in traffic, but honestly, it is a serious and fulfilling job. My wife and I started our family after I got out of the Navy, and we have been fully entrenched in Groton for 39 years. We have raised 3 children, all of whom have gone through the Groton public school system, recognizing that the quality of education is really unmatched. I have volunteered with coaching t-ball, soccer, and youth wrestling. We also volunteered for many years in scouting, with my serving as Cub Master for Pack 34 and as a committee member for Troop 2. Our latest volunteer efforts have been with the Eastern Connecticut Symphony Youth Orchestra. Come to think of it, Town Council is also a volunteer effort, albeit one that the citizens of Groton have elected and entrusted us to fill. My initial run for Town Council was, I will admit, reactionary. I and folks working with me felt that we were not being heard and that the previous town councils and town staff had set the town on a collision course with a developer and development that would destroy a part of Groton. As I got involved and started attending the town council meetings, it became very apparent that councilors were divided and hostile, not only to each other, but to us, the constituency. I felt then that Groton deserved better, and I still feel today that there is work to be done. I am running again for town council because I want to see Groton thriving again, much like it was when I first arrived. I'd like to see vacant storefronts turned into businesses. I feel that affordable housing and new home starts are important on Groton's path to recovery. I was shocked early on in this term on the town council to find that new home starts in the previous year were basically non-existent. If I recall, there may have been only 1. Some may blame that on COVID, but I think the trend downward had already begun. If we want to attract new folks to Groton, we have got to give folks a reason to come to Groton. And it can't be just because they got a new job at EB. Those folks can live anywhere in the area. We have got to make our town where they want to live and raise their families. We can do this with open space, coastal access, and parks, and with responsible development within the guidelines of the Plan of Conservation and Development, and with input from the citizens, especially those who would be most affected. Development can and should promote a sense of community. We can also do this with budget reform. We can't just keep raising taxes. We can also do this by the protection of town-owned properties, whether being preserved as open space or for future sale. These are an asset and they need to be protected. As a town council, we need to promote transparency. We need to hear and acknowledge our citizens and promote a welcoming atmosphere. Groton deserves better. Those running with me on the independent slate are committed to change. We are committed to making Groton better. We are committed to the people of Groton. Please vote row C this election. Thank you.